So hello to everybody. Here we are, Wednesday night. We just finished Gimel Shvat and we're going to Dalet Shvat, and it connects with a few dates. And I want to start. We want to talk about getting out of our restrictions, out of the limits, into the Merchav. But let's do. I have a nice nigun that is considered a nigun of Rabbi Moshe Levi Sassov, that his yarsad is now on Dalet Shvat. It's his yarsad. And it starts, okay. We might go back to this nigun when we're going to tell a story about him. It's called Freilach, and they say it's attributed to him, Rabbi Moshe Levi Sassov. Another person that his yahrzeit was today is one of the Rabbeim from Amshinov, the third Rebbe of Amshinov. His name is Yosef Kalish. He was the son of Menachem Mendel of Kalish, Menachem Mendel, and he's the great grandson of Rabbi Yitzchak Vivorke. Let's do a nigun of his. I don't have a nigun of his. I'm going to do two nigunim from Amshinov Vorke. One of them is a very well-known nigun that we sing on Erev Shabbos in Shul, whoever gets there. Yedi nefesh avarachaman beshochabecha el retzonecha yaharutz avecha kemo hayah v'hishtachaveh l'adarecha erev lo yedidotecha minofeh tzuf So that's one nigun from Amshinov Vorke. Let's do another one. They have some beautiful, heartwarming nigunim. This one is a little faster, happier. Also comes from Vorke. Somebody took the words and somebody took the melody. It was probably Yoel Engel, which was a composer, Israeli composer, a Jewish composer. I don't know if he was composing before he came to Israel. He was also researching a lot of old nigunim. So he found this nigun, and when he needed nigunim for a play, the dibuk, he took this and he put words on it, Mipnei Ma Yardan Shama. So the words are probably his. Even though I heard it in Chabad by David Horowitz, also he's singing it with the words Mipnei Ma Yardan Shama. But it's an Alte Vorke nigun. The words saying, why did the Shama come down to the world? Why did it come down? So we know it has a job to do down here. It's too low for you. מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה מפני מה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, מפני מה ירדה הנשמה, הים So why did the neshama come down? It has a job in this world to do. Sometimes we forget what the job is. Sometimes we're like locked up, like in prison. And we're tied in the, how does the Alter Rebbe say? The Yetzer Hara, the more we use it, the more we get used to it, and the more it's stopping us for doing things. We get so used to rely on the Yetzer Hara of using this body here. So this prison is restricting. We have to get out of the being locked in the restrictions. Are they right? Just a minute. Where are we? Here. I'll find it. Okay. We want to get out and beyond our limits. So you see, at the time we have this Pharaoh. Pharaoh is the king in Egypt, but also in Chassidut they talk about Pharaoh as sitting in the back of our neck, the Oref. Am Kshe Oref. Pharaoh is the same letters as Oref, and he's sitting there in the Oref, and he's like the general judge, saying, "This is good. This is not good. No. You shouldn't do this. Be embarrassed of yourself. Be ashamed of yourself. How can you do this? Is this fitting for you? Do I look okay? Do I sound nice? Can I sing? I'm singing to you, even though I'm not a singer. I'm singing because I have what to sing to you. So I don't pay attention if I'm singing nice or not. I'm singing to show you how it goes. But most people, even I, we have this block here. That's why we have to do a voice training, because it blocks us. You know, is it nice enough? The more the seichel, our consciousness is what gets us stuck very often, you know, like, does it sound good? Will it sound good? A bird gets up in the morning, it doesn't think, do I sound okay? It just opens its mouth and sings. So should we. Should just open the mouth and sing. I hope you're singing at home when I'm playing something, that you're singing with me, with your microphones closed, because it's Zoom. What can we do? Still in Galus. If we're stuck in our prison and we have to get rid of this power and get out, what's going to help do that? So we said it's voice training, and we have to open up and let our voice come out. The expression in Chazal is that there are secrets in the heart that liba lepuma lo galia. The heart doesn't tell the mouth. The heart keeps it inside, doesn't tell the mouth, doesn't let it out, because there's such big secrets. I'm relying a lot about this class that Rabbi Ginzburg taught, and the expression from Chazal is kol me'orer hakavana. Voice evokes intention. The voice has the power to open up and evoke the intentions. They say that the Kohanim used to work very silently. There was no sound. The Kohen Gadol used to walk around the Beit Midrash with the bells, the Pamon Berimon at the bottom of his coat, Me'il Tchelet, and that was very special because he could hear the sound, because everything was very quiet. The Kohanim were working quietly. It's silent. The Kohen is Chashaya u'Veruta Liliba, in silence and the inner intention of the heart. The Leviyim, on the other hand, they were raising the voice, they were singing, they were playing. Their job was to get it out in the open. Le'arama kola, to raise out the sound. So I think we mentioned already in the past, let's repeat it now, that the word chashmal, one of the biggest secrets in the world, everything is built on electricity and the vibrations of electricity, ratzo, the shov, the going and coming back. It's built from two words, chash and mal. Chash is to be silent, and mal is to talk. Mal is speech, like milah, lemalel, mi yemalel gvurot Hashem. The chash is like the angels up there, itim chashot, itim imalelot, the holy creatures up there. Sometimes they silent, sometimes they talk. So that's the there is, there isn't, there is, there isn't. That's the electricity, the tension between there is and there isn't. And so Chazal say, a word is worth one coin, and silence is worth two. Just reminds me that the Rebbe Vorke, he's one of his sons, Rabbi Yitzchak Vorke, I think. Rabbi Yitzchak Vorke was the founder. One of his sons, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Vorke, I think it was him, that he was.
We can't hear you again. Rachel? Oh, עוד מישהי לא שומעת או שזה רק אני? הלו?
I caught it. I got lost.
Okay, good.
Suddenly.
So Vorkin is the last word I heard.
The what? Vorke? Okay, there were two Rabbeim of Vorke. One was Menachem Mendel, one was Yitzchak. The founder was Rabbi Yitzchak, and his son was Rabbi.
Oh, the sound. There we go.
Now you
What's
hear
going on with the sound? It's a little choppy, but let's see. What's the problem? Why does this happen every once in a while? Do you know?
I think it's the sound card. Sometimes just decides to go crazy.
Maybe that's something to look into.
Yeah. So I was saying about the Rabbi Vorke, that one of them, I don't know if it was the father, Rabbi Yitzchak, or the son, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Vorke, that he used to be quiet. He didn't talk. He used to sit around and he talked to them with his eyes. So we're talking about silence and speech. So we said a word is worth one coin and silence is worth two. So how much is music? So amazingly, according to Kabbalah and Hasidut, music is in between. It's not one, it's not two, it's 1.5. That's where sound is, that's where voice is. So the voice helps to open up. But let's do a nigun. Let's do a nigun from the Alter Rebbe, Kol Dodi Dofek, the voice that's calling us to open up.
Now.
Alter Rebbe, קול דודי דופק. קול מעורר הכוונה. Voice evokes intention. There's also another expression. They also say that voice, sound, especially song, can take us from one level to the other, can bring us from one entity to another. It can bring us from one world to the next. There's a story about the Alter Rebbe that he went to spread Hasidut, and he used to go around from town to town, from place to place. He got to a place called Shklov. He didn't just show up there. He told them ahead of time he's coming, and he says, you can prepare your questions. If you want to ask me questions, you can prepare them ahead of time. Shklov was a big fortress of learners from the Misnagdim, those against Hasidut. There was very big heads there. And they decided they're going to show him, and they're going to prepare all the huge questions that they couldn't solve themselves from 20, 30 years. And when the Alter Rebbe came, they bombarded him with all the questions, I don't know, 100, 300 questions. And the Alter Rebbe says, before I answer you, he's talking a sing-song. We mentioned it last week. And he says, Kol Balei Hashir, Yosim B'Shir, U'Nimshachim B'Shir. All the masters of song, which are the angels and the souls. He took the original meaning, he took it into a different meaning, because the original Mishnah in Masechet Shabbat is talking about an animal that has a ring in its nose, a chain. It's being pulled out with that chain with a little ring. So a ring in Hebrew, a chain is a sharsheret, and one of the sharsheret is a shir, is a song. Sher, actually. So the Alter Rebbe turned it around and it says, well, all the masters of song, which are the angels and the neshamot, they're being drawn out with song and being pulled up with song, going from one world to the next with song. And I'm going to sing you a song. And he sang them a song. They say it was a Nigun of Matan Torah. Maybe it was the Arba Babot. We don't know which song it was. And when he sang that, everything opened up for them. Suddenly everything opened up. And all the wellsprings of wisdom came flowing on them. And they solved their own questions. They didn't have any more questions left. So we also want something like that, a song to open us up and get us, because we said, sometimes we're stuck, sometimes we're clogged up and things don't flow. And that's when in this class that Rabbi Yitzchak Ginzburg gave, talking about kol me'orer kavana, voice evoking the intention, he's talking about kavana being able to open the window. So what's kavana? What's nigun mechuvan? Nigun mechuvan, we already mentioned it a few times. Nigun mechuvan is a very exact nigun, a nigun that a tzaddik wrote or adopted. And what do I mean with kavana? What's the meaning of kavana? So kavana can mean I mean what I say. I have this intention. I know what I want to say. That's one meaning of kavana. Another meaning for kavana is kivun, direction. It gives me a direction. It directs me exactly the way the tzaddik wants, because it's in that nigun. Another meaning can be to tune us up, to be tuned. To tune an instrument is called lechaven et hakli, to tune it up. So the nigun mechuvan tunes us, so we'll be resonating with the right things, with the worlds up there, with ourselves, within ourselves. So that's another meaning of kavana. Now the last meaning of kavana that the Rabbi brings here in this shiur is from Sefer Daniel. Daniel, when he became one of the ministers of the Babylonian king, he agreed only on condition that he has an hour a day to go into his room and seclude himself there. Nobody can bother him. 1 hour for himself. And what did he do there? So they say in that hour he used to pray. And the pasuk says, "V'chavin ptichan le." He opened a window towards Yerushalayim. He was davening. So the davening opens a window. So what we also want to open a window. We don't want to be clogged up. We want to open a window between our neshama, the keter, the emunat ha'anug ratzon, to our brain, to the intellect, between the intellect and our midot, between the brain and the body. This neck of us, where Pharaoh is sitting, he's sitting in the oef. He's blocking things. He's blocking the flow. He doesn't let it go through. We have to break it We have to get it open. The only way to open it is with song, with nigun. We know that some of the pupils of the Alter Rebbe came to him and said, we don't understand Tanya. So we told him, you need a nigun, with a nigun, to open up. There's a few ways of being clogged. A person might be clogged in his heart. It might be timtum halev. His heart is being clogged. He doesn't feel. He can't communicate well. He doesn't know how to feel things. He's rough. That's timtum halev. For that, it says yigiat basar. You have to work on your body. You have to work on yourself. You have to have a big workout with your body, with your physicality, and then you can break that being clogged in your feelings, open up your feelings. But if your brain is clogged up, timtum hamoach, that's already like somebody who can't learn, learning disability. This world might be too much for him. There's too much side noses. He can't concentrate. He can't whatever. Working the body won't help. You need something much more. And the Rav says, our sages said, the only solution, I think Rabbi Maharash was talking about these problems. The solution is nigun, music, the call that opens up. The sound can bring us to a different level. It can open this window, chavin ptichan le, it can open the window between, so we can flow, so we can open up. Let's do Mitzrayim Galtanu. Mitzrayim Galtanu, מבית עבדים ופדיתנו, ממצרים גאלתנו, מבית עבדים פדיתנו, 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 ממצרים. We have to get out of Egypt, out of the restrictions. So that's one Chabad song. We did call the Didafek to remind us. Let's do something else. Another Nigun Gaguim. Today is also the yahrzeit of Reb Zusha Me'anipoli. Zusha Me'anipoli and Daled. Some say it was Bet Shvat, some say it was Daled Shvat. Daled Shvat, I think it is, though. No, it was also Bet Shvat. Okay. So Reb Zusha, we don't have a song from Reb Zusha, we have some stories from him. The stories are that he pretended to be a simpleton. He pretended not to understand anything, as if he's clogged up, and he doesn't know nothing. But he was very learned. When the Alter Rebbe, he asked for a skama, for people to give their blessing for the book of Tanya, and to say they agree with what's written there, one of the people he went to was Rabbi Zusha, because he was very, very learned. He just showed himself as if he was clogged up. There's some stories that the Rabbi Zusha with his brother, Rabbi Elimelech Milizhinsk, they used to go around from place to place, and they used to pretend that Rabbi Zusha was the servant, when the pupil, and Rabbi Elimelech was the Rebbe. And they used to come to a place, and they used to say, Rabbi Zusha started crying. He says, "Oi, Rabbi Elimelech, you don't know what I did." And he started counting some terrible things that he did, some problems that he has. And he's crying, help me repent, help me fix these things. And the Baal Bait, the owner of the place, he hears him and says, wait, I also did the same things. because Rabbi Zusha could tell, what was going on. And so he said, oh, I also did the same things. Please tell me also, what should I do? So that was Rabbi Zusha. I think the story goes that his mother was at home one day, and a poor guy came by, and he was so inflicted with wounds. It was oozing. It was terrible, and he needed help. And she helped him, change the bandages and put some salve on it, and she fed him and she dressed him. And everybody used to be so disgusted by him, and they wouldn't take care of him. And she did. And it says when he left, she said, "I bless you. They're going to have kids like me." And she burst out crying. She waited until her husband came home, and he told him this terrible story of this stranger that came by, and he blessed her to be like him. And he realized it was a big tzaddik, and she had these two sons born, Rabbi Zusha and Rabbi Elimelech. So it wasn't simple. So now, a nigun by Rabbi Zusha. In Chabad, we have a nigun by Rabbi Elimelech. It's called Nigun Galguim. Actually, we did Rabbi Elimelech. It's 212 in Sefer Nigunim. I'm going to do it from the book of Rabbi Eliyahu Rifkin's Nigunim. And this nigun, only by Chabad they claim it's from Rabbi Elimelech. In other Hasidiyot, they say it's definitely from Rabbi Zusha. So here, now we have a nigun from Rabbi Zusha. Let's do this one. Nigun by Rabbi Zusha. So we said that we need nigun in order to open up, to be clogged up. There's a nigun from Kublich called Ruma Puma. Ruma Puma is very deep words with a lot of intention that actually say nothing. The Hasidim Kublich used to be very happy people. And when they call out Ruma Puma, they just meant to get over the restrictions, get out of boundaries, get out of yourself. And Rabbi Yitzchak said it's good for opening up when you're clogged up. Let's do Ruma Puma. And I know that it helps when you're sitting in a traffic jam to sing Ruma Puma. And if it doesn't help open the traffic, it helps you open up and at least enjoy the time that you're being stuck. But I've tried it, and I think it did make things work faster, or just seem like as if they're working faster. Ruma Puma, which really means nothing. That's the name of the nigun. Nigun from Kublich. In Breslav, they put on it words of Ilu Yudei Ayodai. If a Jew would know how much Hashem, Ruma Puma. If a Jew would know how much Hashem loves him, then he would sing all day and night. He would run around in the world singing. That's what Breslav put on this same song. Let's do another one from Yetziat Mitzrayim. Al achat kama v'chama. Kama v'chama tova kfula she'otzi'anu mitzrayim. He took us out of Egypt. We can get out of our restrictions, yes. Al achat kama v'chama tova kfula ומכופלת למקום עמנו. על אחת כמה וכמה טובה כפולה ומכופלת למקום עלינו. שהוציאנו ממצרים. שהוציאנו ממצרים. איי 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 כפולה ומכופלת למקום עלינו. על אחת כמה וכמה טובה כפולה ומכופלת למקום עלינו. שהוציאנו ממצרים. שהוציאנו ממצרים. איי 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 מישהו ניסה להגיד לי משהו? Somebody's trying to say something, I don't know. Okay, never mind. You hear me now, I can see. So, today is the yahrzeit of Rabbi Zusha and the yahrzeit of Rabbi Moshe Leib of Sasov. And yesterday was the yahrzeit from this guy, Rabbi from Amshinov, from Vorke, Rabbi Yosef Kalish.
Wait, wasn't yesterday the Baba Sali, and today you're saying
Baba Sali is tomorrow. Baba Sali is tomorrow or the day after. That's Baba Sali. I don't know
so
from his.
Last night was whose?
Yesterday was Rabbi Yosef Kalish, which is the great grandson of Rabbi Yitzchak Mivorke. He was the third Rebbe of Amshinov. So we did 2 nigunim from Amshinov, Vorke, and today is the yahrzeit, and Dalet is from Zusha and Rabbi Moshe Leib of Sasov. So let's do another nigun from Moshe Leib of Sasov. Actually, we're not sure it's from him, but it's called that way. But the story is about him. There's a beautiful story that Rabbi Moshe Leib, you can talk up, I can't see. Baba Sali is tonight also? Wonderful. But I don't have a song from him. So just songs about him. And I wouldn't be able to sing them. So Moshe Leib of Sasov, he was a big Baal Chesed, and he married off poor couple. He was orphan and she was an orphan and didn't have any money, and he married him off, and the chasana was very, very happy. And in the chasana, the klezmer played a happy tune, and he was so pleased that he succeeded in marrying off this young couple. He says, "I pray that when they lead me to Gan Eden, to lead me to the next world, they're going to lead me with this nigun, just like they did the Chassan and Kala." So after many years, when he passed away, they get to the Beit Chaim, to the cemetery, and at the same time, suddenly in a faraway place, a carriage with players, with a klezmer band, with their instruments. The horses go crazy and start running by themselves, not where they wanted to go. They go somewhere else, and they go uphill and downhill, around and here and there through the forest, and they show up at the cemetery just when they're about to take Rabbi Moshe Levi Sassov, and the klezmer asking, "Whose levaya is it now? Whose funeral?" And they tell them it's Moshe Levi Sassov, and suddenly they realize it's the same Rav that said, he wishes that they're going to escort him in his funeral with the same nigun. So they played the same nigun. It was the same klezmer. Now we don't know exactly which nigun it was. It sounds more like the one I started with. Maybe we'll do it again soon. But there's a nigun called nigun of Rabbi Moshe Levi Sassov, and a klezmer nigun. And let's do this one. And I love to show how this nigun reminds me so much of a nigun of Rabbi Uri Mistralisk that we did on many occasions, because I love it so much. And I found out it's from Uri Mistralisk. אחת שאלתי את השם. What is it? can hear that they're very much alike, these two nigunim. So, what didn't we do? I had some nigunim planned. We said we were going to do the other nigun from Moshe Leib Sasov. Maybe it's Dafka, the other one that is from him. It's a freilach, a happy one. Nigun from Rabbi Moshe Leib Sasov. I thought of doing another nigun from Kublich, and we didn't have time in Hebrew. Let's do it now. There's a nigun called the nigun of surprise, nigun hafta'a, from Kublich. Let's find it. Nigun hafta'a. It's number 29 by Rifkin's book. It's not in Sefer Nigunim. The people that call it the hafta'a surprise, the Hasidim hearing it, it says, takes it by surprise. Suddenly it opens up. surprise. When we open up, we're going to get a lot of surprise. So we don't want to be stuck. We don't want to be clogged up with this power or this lacking the flow. We want our heart to be able to tell the secrets to the mouth so we can tell it out. We want the emunah tanuged ratzon in our spirits to be able to influence the brain, the intellect. From there should be open a window to our feelings, to all the other sefirot. And from the feelings, it should be open in order to into the world of action. We should be able to do what we feel and what we want. And we said that Nigun can open up all the blockage and let it out. And we said that the Kohanim are working silently and the Leviim are working in it with sound. In the future, B'ezrat Hashem today, when Mashiach comes, the Leviim are going to turn to be Kohanim. So it doesn't mean that the Kohanim is going to stop working, but the Chidush is going to be what's going to be special about that. Leviim know how to express themselves with sound. The Kohanim couldn't. So when the Leviim become Kohanim, they're going to use sound and they're going to be able to bring out all these secrets that couldn't be told, couldn't be said. They're going to be able to say them when Mashiach comes. That's why probably when the Rebbe said the Mashiach is going to come berov shira v'zimra, like the name of our WhatsApp group, Mashiach will come with a lot of song and music, because song can open up the clogged world. It can open up for the whole world, so Mashiach can be here, where all the windows can be open. It's time to open all the windows and let it flow, go out. Let's say, do ufaratza. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba. Oh, ufaratza, yama bakedma. Oh, ufaratza, safana banegba. Oh, ufaratza, yama bakedma. Oh, ufaratza, safana banegba. Aha. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba, yama bakedma, safana banegba, yama bakedma, safana banegba, yama bakedma, safana banegba. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba. Ufaratza, yama bakedma. Ufaratza, safana banegba. Ufaratza, yama bakedma. Ufaratza, safana banegba. Ufaratza, 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 yama bakedma, safana banegba. Yama bakedma, safana banegba. Yama bakedma, safana banegba. Yama bakedma, banegba. Before we do some more happy songs, I want to do another nigun connected with Zusha. It's a nigun by Rabbi Ginzburg, and he wrote it on Dalet Shvat, so he called it Zusha, Rabbi Zusha. That's the name of the nigun. Let's do it, Rabbi Zusha. There's a nice picture here, a painting by Rabbi Zalman Kleiman, talking about David HaMelech. He made the picture. He put it on the CDs and on the book. Go out. a nigun by Rabbi Yitzchak Ginzburg called Rabbi Zusha. So he was a fun person, Rabbi Zusha. I think this nigun fits him very well. Any other suggestions, questions, remarks about which songs we should still do? Connecting with opening up the windows and bringing Mashiach and opening for the sound to flow. We had the ideas of voice training. We didn't manage to do voice training, but that's the whole idea that, it should be blocked in our throat, in our neck. Let's do Matai Katima. When is Mashiach going to come? When all your springs are going to flow out, spreading out of the well springs of Hasidus. Any other songs you want to ask for? I can't read there. I can see the remarks only afterwards because my glasses won't fit it.
And you do a preview for Tu B'Shvat?
Tu B'Shvat next week. Next week we're going to talk about...
Preview. You do the song about the Siva Milim as a preview?
Eretz Chita? Eretz Chita ושעורה וגפן ותאנה וגפן ותאנה ורימון ארץ זית שמן ודבש ארץ חיטה ושעורה וגפן ותאנה וגפן ותאנה ורימון ארץ זית שמן ודבש ארץ חיטה ושעורה ארץ חיטה ושעורה וגפן ותאנה ורימון ארץ זית שמן ודבש ארץ חיטה ושעורה ארץ חיטה ושעורה וגפן ותאנה ורימון ארץ זית שמן ודבש. Yes, there was somebody else trying to ask for something. Who was the other person? What did you want to ask for?
עד בלי די.
ברכות לכם ברכה עד בלי די. אוקיי. והריקותי לכם ברכה עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, 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 די. והריקותי לכם ברכה עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, 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 די. עד שיבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די, די, די. עד שיבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די, די, די. וריקותי לכם ברכה עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, 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 די. וריקותי לכם ברכה עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, 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 די. עד שיבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די, די, די. עד שיבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די, די. Any other song?
Dayenu.
דיינו? אילו הוציאנו מצרים. אוקיי. אילו הוציאנו ממצרים, הוציאנו ממצרים דיינו. אילו הוציאנו ממצרים, הוציאנו ממצרים דיינו. דיינו, 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 הוציאנו ממצרים דיינו. אילו הוציאנו ממצרים, הוציאנו ממצרים דיינו. דיינו, 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 דיינו. Okay. So next week we're going to talk about Rebbe Rayatz. We can do a preparation for Rebbe Rayatz. We could do already today the Beinoni if you want. But I think we already did enough heavy songs today. We'll do it next week. But be with us next week. We're going to do songs for Rebbe Rayatz for Yud Shvat, and already getting ready for Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat is 5 days later, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Shabbos, Sunday. So the week after is going to be already after Tu B'Shvat in 4 days. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do both. Shabbat Shira, Tu B'Shvat. Okay, yes, what? What did you want to say? Which one? You wanted to ask for a song?
Is there another song that you play for Tu B'Shvat? Ki Savo?
It's a Yemenite song.
Ki
Yeah.
Savo.
A Yemenite song. כי תבואו אל הארץ ונטעתם כל עץ האחד ונתן העץ יריון והארץ יבולה את לנטוע אילנות את לנטוע אילנות את לנטוע ולבנות וכי תבואו אל הארץ ונטעתם עץ מאכל ונתן העץ פריון והארץ יבולה את לנטוע אילנות את לנטוע אילנות את לנטוע ולבנות. Make it a little Yemenite. It's a Yemenite song that somebody put out of the words about this pasuk of planting trees in Eretz Israel. So maybe enough for today. We'll go on next week with Hashem. I didn't see. What did you say? You know this one. Okay. Yeah. It's quite famous. So Laila Tov to everybody and see you B'ezrat Hashem next week. And it's wonderful being with you. And there's so many songs that I probably think about it later. I said, oh, why didn't I play this? Why didn't I play that? Let's do again the Moshe Lev Sasos Nigun. How does it start? Okay. So Laila Tov. Thank you, everybody. It's been wonderful.